Here we go. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Big Boz Garage. And I'm Big Boz, and well, this is my garage. So, last I left y'all off, I was building a Ducati. It was a great bike. I think the last bit of footage I have of that was getting her run for the very first time. So there will actually be a video coming in just a little bit, probably tomorrow, me firing that bike up and ripping it up and down the road, because it is a very fast bike. And, well, it kind of brings me to what happened. So I got sick. I have a very rare blood disease. It's called Wegener's. And this time it came back. Came out of remission. My doctor told me, hey, you need kidneys. It's time for a kidney transplant. So all of a sudden, a Ducati and YouTube and all this other stuff I was trying to do, a bunch of projects I had in my backyard, they all just vanished up in smoke. I needed money, still do. And everything that was extra kind of just went away. And I put YouTube to the side. I put my writing to the side. I put my family kind of to the side a little bit. And I just kind of tried to focus on me, which worked for a while. But I would say there's only so long you can run from your own mental health. And I shouldn't say run the way most people are thinking. I didn't want to do anything. And I was sitting feeling sorry for myself a couple of days ago, and I went, you know what? I don't have to feel sorry for myself. I can go build something, I can go do something. I got so much stuff. So that's what I did. And I broke the GoPros out, which I actually have one now. I had one GoPro on the Ducati. It vanished on a really late night drive. It flew off the bike, and I never found it. That was my last one. So, oh well. Live and learn. I got a new one. A buddy of mine donated it to me because he wants to see my footage. You know who you are, Chase. And yeah, so we're back on the channel. So, with the undying out of the way, let's get into the meat of the channel again. Now, a lot of stuff's changed. A lot of my toys I had are pretty much gone. I'm down to just a handful. The Ducati is going away. It's got a new owner. That owner has to come pick it up. And I don't know how they're going to want to do this. So I can't say very much. I'll just say that it's another YouTube channel. They're bigger than me by a long shot. And I chatted to them and said, I'll give you the bike. I can't ride it anymore, and I really can't. With dialysis, and it's daily dialysis, by the way. With daily dialysis and my medical the way it is, I probably shouldn't be riding a super bike. I shouldn't be out goofing off with that thing because it's so easy to go on a bike ride. We're going to be gone for an hour, and then it turns into 5. And you're racing back to the house to get hooked up to the machine by the right time. So it's just not something I should have. And I understand that, so I went ahead and I'm going to pass it along. So, that said, I do have a couple of other motorcycles. Right now, you can't see it with the camera where it is. It's on a tripod, but I have a Trail 90 in here that I just detonated. The lower end locked up. Shame on me for not checking. There was something wrong. Some oil passages blocked in the engine. It's full of oil, but it's still oil starved and destroyed itself. Got another motor coming for that, along with me going through the wiring harness again and spiffing that bike up. This one's one I'm going to keep because I made a deal with a friend of mine who owns one, and me and him are the Trail 90 gang out here where I live. I then bought another Trail 90 to swap the motor out of that one into this one, and the bolt holes don't match up. That motor is actually sitting half installed right now, but it's not going to work. So I've got to take the other frame, bring it in here, swap the wiring harnesses, do some work to that wiring harness, see if I can get it to run. That's going to happen tonight after this video. So I'm actually going to film these two back to back. Then I've got my KLR 650. The rat bike, 100,000 mile KLR 650. It's made out of like 7 different bikes. I haven't officially introduced that bike to the channel. That's coming. It was a late great friend of mine's. Me and him had made a couple of deals. I was going to buy it off him. I paid him for it, and then he ghosted me. I was like, hey man, I got it running. I can't wait to go riding because he was getting his own bike. And then I found out he'd passed away. So that bike's never getting sold, ever. I'm going to keep it forever. And I have to do some work to it. I need to pull the entire cooling system out of the bike, flush the radiators, flush the head. Something's blocked. So it ran just fine before wintertime. Wintertime came around. I know I did the right coolant mix last time I cleaned everything, so I just need to go through it all over again. That bike needs a lot of wiring help, like a lot of it, so that's also going to be getting done. I'll be tearing that bike, I wouldn't say all the way down. I'm not going to pull the engine out of the frame, but I'm going to be doing a lot more work to it. And depending on pricing of gaskets, I might reseal that engine because it does leak like a pig. It is a pig. So the other big one is my Land Cruiser, the FJ55. It's the big lifted monster truck. I think I've shot a couple of videos on it. I don't know. I'll have to double check. But that monster out there has a small block Chevy in it. It's lifted, 1 ton swapped. It's on about 8 inches of lift. It's also a mud truck, monster truck. Like it's not a good vehicle. And the frame's bent. So instead of, everyone tells me I should get the frame fixed, and it's like, nah, I'm just going to weld another cross member in, straighten it out as best I can, make sure all the leaf springs are straight, and I'm going to drive it. Like, it's not really a street vehicle. It's mainly going to be trailered to places. It's just a big old monster truck. But that will also be getting filmed on the channel. I did get most of it redone, got the wiring harness redone, need to put the battery back in it, need to put the fuel pump back in it, and then it's ready to go. She's pretty much down to a handful of very easy to fix stuff. The big deal for it is I need to roll the axle out from underneath the front of it and get a couple of parts fixed on it, clean the axle up, probably going to paint it because I'm vain like that. And then, yeah, that truck's pretty much ready to go. I've got an LS sitting over there, which is probably going to end up going in my 63 Chevy in the backyard. I've got to go pick up a Turbo 400 from a friend of mine, get that bolted together. I've got the flex plate and everything ready to go. So that will be going in together. I've got that truck, had it for 10 years. I need to do something with it, and it was my dad's, and then me and him did some trading, and then now it's mine, then it was his, now it's mine, and it's just been a lot of fun. So that truck, if everything works out, we've got the motor, we've got the transmission, I've got a title, I need to fix the brakes, do a little bit with the steering, a little bit with the wiring, then that truck's ready to go. And I can't wait, really can't. Here's a couple of little things I've got to do here and there to flip stuff. I have a car over here that I need to do the motor mounts on, which I'm not going to bother with a YouTube video on that. It's just a crappy little Dodge Neon. Then that's getting sold, and then I'll be able to bring the next vehicle into flip, which I'm going to be documenting that hopefully perfectly. A lot of the vehicles I get are, either cheap or free. I get them, I fix them, modify them, and then sell them. And I usually end up making a profit. So I'll be potentially documenting some of that. It really depends on how those videos do. I mean, I'm not some huge YouTube channel with 1,000 subscribers. There's like 50 of you guys. So if you guys wanted me to do something, post it in the comments and I'll see if I can chop it into what I'm doing. And yeah, so that's going to be pretty much it. I will warn everybody now, if I get that phone call that it's transplant time, I got 24 hours to get everything ready to go and be out of here to Portland for the kidney transplant. I'll try to do filming while I'm up there, but no promises at all. I will do my best to make sure somebody can get on the YouTube channel and notify everyone that I'm in the hospital, but it may end up being a little bit of a hiatus again. So, but that's it. I want everyone to know, sorry it took so long, but for now, I'm back, baby. Love y'all. I'll catch y'all next time, and stay tuned for the CM91 Trail 90 build that's coming up. Later.